everyone, Allie here, and welcome to the Gold Mine. You're joining us for our first episode on the channel of a new fun segment titled Funko Versus. This time, we're going Death Note edition. And I know Funko Versus sounds like I actually am going to be battling these products against each other. Don't worry, that will not be the case. We're just going to be checking out pieces in this segment of my Funko collection, my personal collection of Funko Pops, and also looking at characters I have in different formats, whether that be like here, how we're looking at the L Funko Pop and the L Nendoroid, or statues, action figures, things like that, and just, you know, comparing and contrasting the two. Definitely just a fun segment. I know this is kind of starting off on some hot points here. I have seen arguments online, especially in the Funko Pop subreddit, of course on Reddit. You know, that's where subreddits are from, where people actually get into a bit of an argument comparing Funko Pops and Nendoroids. I know some people don't like Funko Pops very much. They'll say they're soulless and kind of creepy, and that, you know, Nendoroids are superior, and then people will be like, Nendoroids are just little chibi things that are completely overpriced. Why would you buy that when you could just buy a $10 figure? And like me, I just like both. I don't have the whole complete collection of the Death Note ones because I didn't like the style of them. I didn't like the style of the Rook or the L with cake. However, I did like these. These are a bit older, so they do have more of the... they're not as detailed, and their face is a bit more squished like that, if it makes sense. Newer Funko Pops do have a lot more detail in the face, and they're not as kind of cut and paste as they used to be. So I do like these. But these are much different than like current anime ones. Like I actually saw one that was really cool, although I don't collect Naruto. I haven't watched Naruto. I don't really know anything about Naruto except how to Naruto run. But the fall convention exclusive for 2020, the New York Comic Con that doesn't exist, that Naruto one that I think was shared with GameStop, that one looked really cool. But like I said, I don't collect Naruto, so I didn't get it. But that is really incredibly detailed and very awesome. And these are just kind of plain. So like I said, these are older, but I still like them. And I'm actually quite surprised. These have actually gone up a bit in price, almost to the point where, not sure what the prices on Nendoroids are at right now. These are not the original ones. These are the 2.0 versions. These are the updated and like re-released of the originals, but updated. That's why they have higher numbers of the original Death Note Nendoroids. And so these actually look better than the originals as well. I don't own the originals. I have seen them before, but I am a big fan of the newer Nendoroids too. It's just, of course, as a company continues to make more and more product, of course, the product improves. But actually, as I was trying to say before, the light Funko Pop, I said L Nendoroid, that is completely not what I wanted to say, but the light Funko Pop has actually gone up in price. I'm going to put the little thing right up here, boop, to almost the point where is a little bit under what you could have gotten this for retail when it came out. So that's a bit weird. The light, which I actually think looks better, I'll put that right up here, boop, is not as expensive, although it is, of course, more than retail. But actually, I had heard recently, some people were saying, wow, I'm so glad, you know, I don't follow Funko Pops as, like, religiously as I used to, but sometimes I'll browse. And I saw people, a couple people post their Death Note collection saying, wow, can't believe I was able to get this for under retail on clearance a couple months ago, and they've gone up so much. So I had looked it up a little bit ago, and I was surprised to see the prices they were at. Now, those prices that I posted in the pictures were accurate as of Monday evening, Monday the 12th, so... They could have changed, although it's only been like 3 days, so whatever. But that's the information of October 12th, 2020, for anyone watching this in the future. But yeah, so I actually picked these up for retail back in the day. I did a little stint at a comic book store in the mall. Wasn't for me. Cool stuff, but it wasn't for me. And that's where I got these. But these Nendoroids, I did get them at my local anime store. Now, if you are in Pinellas County, Florida, we do have Anime Fix down on Central in St. Petersburg. I definitely recommend them. I've been shopping there for 10 years. This video isn't sponsored, but Bobby, the owner, is awesome. And I totally recommend if you're in the area, stop by. Of course, they used to do conventions before everything going on. Of course, that's not going on right now. And I would recommend, say, hey, if you're in Florida, come take a road trip. But again, traveling is not the best thing to recommend at the moment. But definitely an awesome store. Like I said, not sponsored. But I'm putting their website link in the description down below if you want to check them out. They do ship as well across the country. And I believe maybe overseas for extra. Kind of like us here. To Canada, I believe, for extra. But they might just completely do overseas to like Europe and whatnot. But yeah, I know some people prefer to buy their Nendoroids online, and yes, of course, if you buy from a small shop that has to get them themselves and then sell them, they are going to cost a bit more. Usually I pay between $65 to $75. If it's a deluxe Nendoroid, it could be like up to $90. But of course, you know, if you're buying from some random person on eBay for like $20 with a stock photo, I'm probably not going to get something that's real. Also, it's good for me. I always love supporting my small local businesses. And 3, if I'm buying from like, you know, maybe I'll buy from like a CD Japan or an Ami, and they might be cheaper. But then once you add the shipping, it's about the same price anyways. So that's also what you got to think about when you might see a price. Be like, ooh, I don't know about that. But when you actually really think about it, oh, I just like to buy at the store that I buy from. And I think they have decent prices in general. So that's my opinion. But I'm excited to check these out. Like I said, this is just going to be a fun segment comparing characters I have in the Funko Pop form to whatever non-Funkos. This case being Nendoroid. In the future, I have been thinking about one. I've been trying to think of segments I want to do here. And I really like this Funko Versus segment. And I've thought of another episode I can have. Not sure it's going to be next week or the week after, because I do have some Halloween unboxings I kind of want to get to in October. But I do have the Galactic Convention exclusive. 2017. Well, I actually used to have both. I'm not sure if I still have the Galactic or the actual Star Wars Celebration, because I remember my Star Wars Celebration one kind of got muffled in that bag because they gave you a blue bag, but the blue was wearing off on the actual Funko Pop. So my Star Wars Thrawn Funko Pop did get a bit, not damaged, but it got a little box wear and it turned a little blue. So I'm not sure whether I got rid of the convention one and kept the, I got rid of the Celebration one and kept the Galactic Convention, or the other way around. So in the future, I'll be comparing that with my Hasbro exclusive fancy Comic-Con Grand Admiral Thrawn action figure. So that's another thing. And if you have any ideas for segments, leave your comments down below. I'm curious to hear them. But I am going to be checking out under the camera. Let me bring that up. Down here, you can see the Funko Pops. But I am going to be opening up one at a time. I'm probably going to start with Elle, just because why not? Elle's the best. Elle is the GOAT. That's who we're going to start with. And I am just going to be opening them up from the bottom and being really careful with them. I wasn't too careful on Tuesday with that not Yummy Merrick. I keep wanting to say Yummy Merrick, but the regular Merrick Ishtar Artifacts J Kotobukiya statue. Just because that box was already pretty damaged, so I was like, just go for it. But on these, I'm definitely going to be more careful. So I've been talking for a while. Geez, I've almost been talking for like 7 minutes. That's ridiculous. So let me go ahead and move these off to the side. Moving that lights. Getting the light out of the way. I don't need light. I have a ring light now. But anyways, we're going to take a look at the Elle Funko Pop and the Nendoroid first. And then, like I said, we're going to check out that light. So let me go ahead and switch positions with the camera. And we are ready to go. We are, of course, using the new cameras here, so we have good autofocus. And I do have my trusty little knife I'm going to be used to pop open the bottoms to make sure I don't damage anything. Now, these aren't in like super mint condition. Like I said, I just got them. I actually had them hit on my shelf. I actually unearthed these Death Note Funko Pops when I was digging around for my hockey ones, because I knew where my hockey ones were, and these just happened to be with them. And I was like, oh, I should just leave these out, because I know where the Nendoroids are. And that's how this segment was born. I thought it'd be cool to like compare them. But alright, let me move the Nendoroid box out of the way, because we're starting with the Funko Pop. Here's what the box looks like. Of course, you have the little Elle Death Note up top. Pop animation number 218. The numberings really don't make sense. I wouldn't pay too much attention to them. But here's the rest of the set. There was the Rook and the Elle with cake. I just wasn't crazy about the design when it came out. That was a Hot Topic exclusive. Of course, just says Elle. It looks weird with just the Elle, but you know what? Elle, that's his thing. And then there is the bottom. This came out, I guess, in July of 2017. Alright, yeah, so actually, wow, over 3 years old. But here's what he looks like out of the box. I've never actually taken him out of the box before. Like I said, the older ones aren't too detailed. He does have his hands in his pocket. He's got his scoliosis going on. Not as much as I would have expected, but, you know, they got to make these things stand up somehow. I don't know how Elle just exists. Yeah, let's see him stand up by himself. He does stand up, so that's pretty impressive. Alright, so I'm going to set the insert, the plastic insert, off to the side. And then we're going to get into the Elle 2.0 Nendoroid number 1200. So like I said, these are the newer editions. There were older ones in the sub 1000. They were a long time ago, so they were definitely under 1,000. Not quite sure where they were. But it isn't very often that they do this. I don't know if they've actually done this with any other ones where they've actually like remade the Nendoroid and renumbered it. I know sometimes they do, not frequently, but sometimes they do re-release. I know the Frozen 1 Nendoroids have been re-released a couple times, as well as like some Mikus. But in general, it's like a one-time thing. Now, I am happy, though, they have been re-releasing some of the JoJo ones, because I did miss out on some JoJo ones. I've only gotten into JoJo in the past couple months. Well, actually, it's been longer than that. Because the channel's been here for 10 months. So I've been into JoJo for like 10 months. Time has been flying, you guys. It's just crazy. I'm like, wow. This was a thing that happened. And then it's like, that actually happened a long time ago. When it feels like it was just, like I said, a couple months ago. My hair pulling off the top. And actually, let me show you on the bottom. You have the extra set. You have the handcuffs for him to attach himself to the light. You have, of course, the stand with the extra peg. And you've got the, if you want him to squat, you got the extra legs. Here, I think the plastic is kind of interfering with the autofocus. So let me just take this top off. Oh, I am missing a little bit of tape, so let me cut that. That makes sense. Alrighty. Is there tape up top too? No, I think I'm just being dumb. Alright, there we go. His arms are escaping. But it does come with the 3 extra arms if you want him to make different, of course, hand poses. And then if you want L to be doing his thing, how he sits on the chair, you can have that happen as well. The handcuffs, like I said, to attach himself to light. And then the stand with the extra peg. He does come in here with the chair. He comes with the cake. He comes with his hand holding the fork. Classic L shenanigans. I really need to go back and reread Death Note. It has been a long time. Let me pull out the Nendoroid itself. And then, of course, you get the 2 face plates. You can swap them out. This is how you would swap out the face plates. You can pull the top of the hair off. And then, look, you have a bald old man here. And then you could pull the face. It has been a while since I've done this. Yeah, you can just pull... I know that's kind of creepy looking, but you just pull a face off right there. So let's see the 3 faces that he does come with. Of course, one is already attached, because otherwise that would be weird. But there is like the deadpan, there is the kind of I'm sus looking over, and he's a little bit of smile where he looks like he's about to eat some cake. These are the 3 face plates that he does come with. I think I'm just going to put back on the original one. I always dislike how they put plastic around the neck piece. I don't want to have to take the neck piece out to have to pull the plastic off. But you know what? We're unboxing. We're doing unboxing, so that's what we're going to do. I'm committing to the bit. But they are very good quality figures. You can take, like I said, take them apart, put them back together. You can change the arms, you can change the legs, change the face. Let me put on the smiling face just so we see what he looks like. You're gonna be like, oh, how cute. Look at that. Look at him. Adorable. Hey, focus. Adorable. Gotta use those beauty guru tricks. Yeah, look at him. So cute. But alright, I'm gonna put back on the regular face. The original faceplate. And then, of course, there is the little smiley face there on the head joint. I'm assuming that's to prove it's authentic. It's been a while since I've opened up an Android. He looks so weird with no front part. Alright, let's put his hair back on. There he is, hands in his pocket. Being all emo as he does. Emo genius. And of course, like I was saying, it does come with the chair as well. And then when you switch the legs, you're able to put that is where you'd put the stand in to have him stand up. Just a little peg piece. You'd be able to attach him to the chair so that way he doesn't fall over. So that is pretty cool. If I hadn't closed that back up, I'd actually do it. Perhaps another time. Let me stick this back in here. And then of course, like I said, you have the extra hand pieces in order for him to be able to eat the cake and hold the cake. So you could actually put that in that hand and then have the fork hand, of course, on the other arm. So that is very cute. Let me go ahead and put the faces back in. And then we'll do one last side-by-side comparison. Like I said, this is just more for fun. I know obviously they are completely different types of figures. initially completely different price points. But I feel like, you know, why argue about different things when you can just enjoy both? Or, you know, what if you don't like one, then, you know, that's fine. Just like what you like and don't hate on what you don't like. But here they are, side by side. L Funko Pop and the L 2.0 Nendoroid. So that is it for our L comparison. Let me go ahead and slide him back into the plastic. I'm not going to put back on all the neck plastics and whatnot, although I will keep them. I like to keep all the plastics. I don't put them back on, so I don't know why, but just in case I ever need it, it's there. Alright, let's sink that plastic back on in. This came from, I think, like right here. And then that went on top. So let's put that back in. And then I will put the Funko Pop away. And then, like I said, we'll move on over to light and do the comparison there. Again, starting off with that Funko Pop. Now, let me know in the comment section down below, do you prefer Funko Pops or Nendoroids? Like I said, it's fine to like both, but like for your collection, would you rather have a ton of Nendoroids or would you rather have a ton of Funko Pops? Because I know it's cool, the Funko Pops, a lot of people keep them in box. They're stackable, especially with the hard stacks to keep them safe. If you stack up too many without the hard stacks, the packages can get a bit crushed. I wouldn't recommend it. But these, I mean, yes, you could store Nendoroids in box. However, you're not going to get the full effect of your figure. So if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of display room, perhaps Funko Pops might be for you. But if you have room to be able to pose, or you want to just play with them a little bit, like, I'll admit, I have played with, like, some of my Figmas that I have open and whatnot, just because they're there, they're posable, like, it's fun. I know that's not what you're not really supposed to, but if you're careful, go for it. But I do have a lot of Nendoroids. I really just like them. I like the chibi shape, even though they're like small and small and deformed. I feel like Funko Pops are small and deformed on like a different level. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's hard to compare the two like at all. But you know that's what we're doing here anyways. YOLO. But here are the two Light Yagami 2.0 and the Light Funko Pop. Again, I'm going to be opening them up from the bottom. I do pop them open this way as to not damage, because if you do pull from here, you're most likely going to crease the flap. Alright, take them out there, close this back up, and let's inspect the box. You have lights on the front, on the side, the back with the whole wave. They haven't made any new ones to my knowledge. If anyone has any information on like upcoming Death Note Pops, let me know. I'm always curious. I feel like now they're just focused mainly on like My Hero Academia. I was so happy when they added 2 more Bleach, just randomly like, hey, you want a Grimmjow and a Renji? I'm like, yes. I don't know why you guys just decided to make 2 more Bleach Pops, but I would love that. So I do have those in my collection. I actually have technically all of the Bleach ones. I have the initial pre-release Hot Topic exclusives. They used to do the pre-release where they'd come out at Hot Topic first. They weren't like a real exclusive, but the early access ones. So I have that for the regular Ichigo and the Rukia. And I do have that GameStop Hollow Ichigo, as well as the GameStop Renji and the Grimmjow. But here is the Light. I feel like he looks too cute. I feel like he's supposed to be more sinister, hole in his Death Note, writing people's name in a book and they die. Like, you're not supposed to be cute, my dude. That was his charm. He was like, oh, attractive high schooler dating a female pop star. Oh no, he must be innocent. He's too smart. But he does stand up on his own. I have noticed before, sometimes if you leave Funko Pops out, they do get a lean to them. However, I have heard you can just boil their legs in water and you can straighten them back out. But that is a thing you gotta worry about with these things. But again, they cost initially $9.99. You get what you pay for. Here is the Nendoroid Light Yagami 2.0. That is number 1160. Comes with the scythe, comes with the kind of face where he can write in the Death Note. Look at him being evil there in the top right. With the apple as well. So let's check out him and all of his accessories. That is just a hilarious face right there. Cutting open from the bottom. Popping this top. And let's see what lies within, as if we don't know. Here are the instructions. Alright, so this is where the instructions for L were. I did put it on the inside last time when I put the L back, but I can put it. This one does have blue on the, blue. Obviously not blue. I meant to say plum, but somehow I said blue. I don't know. Confirm, Allie is losing her mind. Confirmed, I guess. But again, let's pull these pieces off. There is actually tape, complete tape up the sides this time, whereas the, I don't believe the L had tape on the side. He just comes with the 2 extra faceplates, so 3 total faceplates for Light here. Alright, so he had tape from the top part to the middle part instead of from the 2 bottom parts together. So I can open that on up easily. Or more easily than before. Again, it comes with the extra peg just in case you break something. The stand with the posable, this moves by the way, and then you can put him in different spots depending on how you want him to pose. It does come with those 2 extra arms, and then this one here. A couple different hands as well. One holding the pen, one just kind of like this. Of course, the apple and the Death Note opened. Then for the faceplates, he has the shocked face, his evil face, and then his neutral face. So let me unbag these, pull him out, pull off his hair so I can get rid of that plastic. He doesn't have plastic around his neck like L did. But here, let's look at all 3 of his faces. Like I said, neutral, evil, and shocked. Alright, and let's see. Let's just try him out with the evil face on, and then I'll put his neutral face back on. This one looks like it's just a little bit short, so I did have to move it a little bit. Alright, there we go. Got that clicked in. There we go. Here he is, evil Light, excuse me. Not a big fan of the evil face. It looks funny. But just for me, I wouldn't want to put that on my shelf. I feel like I could wake up in the middle of the night and look over and be like, ugh. You know, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes I have figures cast weird shadows. One night, actually, I have my fan on because I live in Florida, but just in general, I tend to sweat a lot. So I do keep my overhead fan on overnight, and I kept hearing like a clicking noise, and I got like spooked. I didn't know what it was, but it was blowing over like a little shirt that I had on my shirt pile. You know, when you're too lazy to put stuff in the closet, and it just kind of piles up, and it was just hitting my desk, and I was like, oh. So then I fixed that, but it was like 30 minutes of like, you know, what is that noise? And sometimes there's, like I said, weird shadows and whatnot. So I wouldn't want to have Spooky L sitting on, or Spooky Light sitting on my shelf. There he is, just basic boy. Very cute though. Like I said, deceptively cute. And again, that's the little peg hole to be able to keep him on the stand. Even the little feet. Look at his little shoes. Adorable. Very cute there. I do like the L a bit better. But however, that's just because I prefer the character. Let me pull out the little. I'm not going to pull that all the way, just so that way I can push that back down. Let me pull out his scythe. Actually, I should pull it out a little more. And pull out the scythe hand. However, you guys get the picture. Very cute accessories. You would think they would have had a closed Death Note, but it's just the open one, like I said. The open Death Note, the apple, and then the scythe. But still a very cool figure. As I was saying, I do prefer the L a bit more. That is because I prefer the character. Also, I just like L's accessories better. I feel like he has more to do with him, whereas, like he had even more sets of arms. The extra legs, the chair. So he did come with more, although I do think he was a bit more expensive, so that makes sense. But you can't get one without the other. You need to have both for your collection, in my opinion. Perhaps you're just like, no, I'm just good with just the one. Me, I need to have both in my collection. So, because as you can tell by the numbering, with the light being the lower number, that one did come out first. So, of course, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, there's also going to be a new L. So, that was exciting. So, I did pick that one up. And I do tend to browse every once in a while. Somehow I'd missed it. I just had walked into the store to see what was new. And Bobby had just gotten these. I was like, oh, there's new ones. I had missed it. But I tend to I do tend to look at every now and then the Good Smile website to see what's new. Actually, I'm really surprised. I'm gonna go full weeb here. I have mentioned this before on the Titan Cards channel. I did an anime cell opening, and I showed off my collection. And in the back there was a Heart no Kuni no Alice, or a Clova. Yeah, there was an Alice in the Country of Clover thing. I don't know if I was like, oh, if anyone knows what this is, contact me because I need friends. But it's an Otome game, and they're actually, this is my least favorite character, but they're making an Okita Soji from Hakuoki. They're making an Nendoroid, and I'm like, I need it so that way they can make the other ones. He's very popular. He's just literally my least favorite character from that series. It's like, I get it, like, when you find out, like, how he's struggling with his health issues, it's like, oh, but, like, you're just like, dude, I don't like you. You're annoying. So, but that was awesome. I'm like, well, I don't know why they're making Hakuoki Nendoroids in 2020, but I'm here for it. So yeah, you can always find like weird stuff. Like there's new Frozen 2 ones. I have the original Frozen ones. I feel like I'm obligated to buy the new ones when those come out. So they do make really cool stuff, and like I said, properties that might surprise you. Good Smile also makes Figmas. Not sure if you met Figmas. Oh, let me know in the comment section if you want me to open up my The Scream Figma. You know, like the actual piece of art, the Edward Munchin art, where he's like, ah! They made a Figma, and I own it because that's just crazy. So let me know if you want to see me open that up on the channel one day in the comment section down below. But yeah, that is it. Let me put Light back in his case, and then we'll look at them side by side. Or yeah, Light back in his case, and we'll look at them side by side once again, and then I'll unsnap, and then we can chat for a little bit. But yeah, this was fun, just checking out the two different things. I'm excited, like I said, to compare my Grand Admiral Thrawn with my Hasbro. I believe it was a Comic-Con exclusive Thrawn with his room on the Chimera and all of his art accessories in the background. Because that's just a really cool thing that I have. I mean, I promise this isn't just like an Alley Flex channel. I really just want to share this cool stuff with you guys. I'm not like trying to rub it in like, hey, look at all this cool stuff I have. Like, this has been a lot of years worth of stuff. Like, a lot of years worth of like just hoarding. Like, I just have a pile. Like, stacks of just figures and whatnot. It's kind of bad, but you know, it's got really cool stuff in it. Worth it. But yeah, here again, Light 2.0 versus Pop Animation 216. Like I said, the numberings don't really make sense. There's like Star Wars ones and like Harry Potter ones where like the same number. There's just missing numbers. These things don't really pay attention. Don't even concern yourself with the Funko Pop numbers. But yeah, that is it for our first episode of Funko Versus. Again, let me just do a little plug for Anime Fix. Like I said, I love that shop. I do believe they have a... I think last time I was there was another L. I don't remember seeing a light, but they might have another L. But yeah, that is it for this first episode of Funko Versus. This is really exciting. I just love checking these out. Like I said, I don't open a lot of stuff just because I don't have the display room, so it's good. It feels weird. I did mention this in the Merrick video. It feels weird to be taking stuff out of the box, finally, after years and years. Not so much on these. These are pretty recent, but just on like other stuff. And other stuff will be opening in the future. It's going to feel weird to actually finally take the stuff out of the box, to be cutting that seal, to making it not near mint in box anymore. But it actually, it's really fun. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a weird pressure I didn't know I was holding on to. Like, everything has to be sealed and perfect. I can never enjoy the stuff that I buy. It's gotta be mint. So, I don't know. This is like a weird breath of fresh air here. Fresh air. I turned into, what's that dude's name? Mike Tyson? Is that who I'm thinking of? Maybe. But it is 2:03 a.m. here, so I'm going to give myself some leeway. Because like I said, I've been recording these all day. I actually had to restart this one earlier because the camera froze. I'll have to figure out what that deal is. This has happened a couple times. It's just if I leave it open, if I leave Streamlabs open too long, sometimes the card cam will freeze. And then I have to unplug it via the cam link. So, have to do some research on what that is. Wouldn't want that to happen during our live streams, because we do live streams at Titan Cards every single Saturday night. Oh, I don't think I mentioned my Titan Cards plug here, but I am a hostess over there, do break boxes, open up packs of cards and things like that. So if you want to check me out over there, I'll put the little information link up here. Or maybe I did say that earlier and it's still up there. You know what? The link is still up there. It just doesn't show. It's like, oh, Allie from Allie's Treasure Trove, or oh, Titan Cards. But it's still, if you hover up here, the little circle is up there somewhere. Unless you're, my mom says she can't see it on her Kindle, but she can see it on the YouTube app on her phone. So if you're watching on the Kindle, just check the description. But that is it for me here. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this inaugural episode of Funko Versus. Here we had Death Note Edition. I hope you had fun checking out these Nendoroids and Funko Pops unboxing. Just not like a real review, but just, you know, my opinion on these things, what things I prefer. Like I said, these are easy for stacking. These are hard. It's hard having a bunch of Nendoroids not on display because, you know, they're not. Yes, they have the plastic window in the front, but that's not why you bought them. You know what I mean? Like, you can get Funkos to just stack incessantly, which I have done. Take it from me. But yeah, this was really fun. I'm actually not quite sure how to wrap this one off because I don't know. I just want to talk about collectibles. But you know what? That's the point of the channel, so I'm on the right track here. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Funko Versus. I hope you're excited to see what I can come up with on next Tuesday. Like I said, if you missed that Tuesday video this week, vote in that comment section on which figure you want me to open up next. And here, let me know if you have an idea for any segments, if you have an idea for what you'd like to see a Funko Versus on. You know, just let me know your thoughts on Funko Pops and Nendoroids in general. But of course, don't forget to keep it kind. But that is it for me here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here. And I can't wait to see what we're going to unearth next time, what treasures we're going to find in Allie's treasure trove. So take care, everyone. Stay safe. And I hope to catch you next week. Bye.